All right, and Roger's back, so thank you all and welcome to the next Flathead Reservation Water Management Board meeting. And we'll go through the agenda in order here. So starting with an opening prayer, so volunteer for an opening prayer.
Remember out there.
We'll take the board members if that's okay. So Georgia, go ahead.
Let us pray. Dear Father, we thank you for this beautiful day and for each person here. We pray for wisdom as we go through this agenda, that you guide our thoughts, that they be good, that our hearts be filled with gratitude for this place we live and the people we serve. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right. Welcome to all. Just a reminder, those in the audience who are here, we want to continue to practice COVID protocols. So with that, Melissa, attendance, please.
Sure. Chairman Matt,
Here.
Georgia Sneeze,
Here,
Ken Pitt,
Here.
Roger Noble,
Here.
Teresa Wall McDonald,
Here.
and Brian Mercier. I don't see as a participant unless he just joined.
We have a quorum of voting members, so we're good to go. Thank you all. So, Teresa, do you have access to the agenda? She should, shouldn't she?
Yes, it was
Yes.
emailed out to
Okay.
the board.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, so please review the agenda, everyone, and I'll take a motion to adopt when you're ready.
I have
Motion.
One change.
Do we have a motion and a second?
I think.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I'll say.
And a second, so comments. So you have a change?
Yes, I have not had the opportunity to meet with the Tribal Housing Authority or what was Dick? Can't remember his last name.
The well
The
driller?
well driller.
Okay, so the,
So if we could take off under,
under next steps, item
Yeah.
4.1.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second, but we have a suggestion to remove item 4.1. Any objection to that, Teresa? That was your motion?
No objection.
And your second, Roger, are you okay with that? Okay, with that change, we'll remove item 4.1. All in favor of adopting the agenda? Aye.
Aye.
Agenda adopted. Thank you. With that change. Thank you, Melissa. And a reminder that these meetings are recorded on the DNRC and CSKT websites. So if you go back and watch them, or if you want to watch previous meetings, they're located in those places. And next item is new water management board staff. And it says Anna Butterfield. And so I guess we're going to get introduced. And am I mistaken, or did the name change?
Did change. Yeah, I got married in August last year. And just updated,
Oh,
like,
well.
before starting. So.
Congratulations.
Thank
And
you.
welcome. Anyway, anything else we want for us today? Anna? And you started this week.
I did. Started on Monday.
How's it going?
It's great.
How are we treating you?
Excellent.
Okay, and I understand there's a number of things you'll weigh in on here later in the agenda, so thank you. So, and welcome. Board and Office of Engineer Operations, office hours for Ronan office. So Melissa and Anna.
so we met earlier this week with the state tribal tech team to talk about how busy we think it's going to be, at least for the first couple of weeks that the office is open. And we think it would be at least a good idea for Anna to not be in the office totally by herself for a little bit. So we talked about what would be a good schedule for that and decided or recommend that the proposed hours for the Ronan office be from 8:30 to 4:30, closed for lunch from 1 to 1:30, And then the office would be closed on Fridays, and we anticipate that Anna could use Fridays to work from home to do processing of all of the stuff that we take in during the week. So that's the recommended office hours. And at least for the first couple of weeks, Seth and Ethan will be doing office hours with Anna for the days that they're open in Romeo. They'll be trading off some days, and we'll probably work in some other folks into that schedule as well. But we thought it would be really good to have Ethan and Seth in there because they can assist in helping people fill out applications and doing more than just, I guess, being another presence.
Kicking off the process.
Exactly.
Very good.
So that's the recommendation that we have, is to at least set initial hours Monday through Thursday from 8:30 to 4:30. We'll see how busy it is and whether or not we need to continue to have the same hours and same days of the week as a schedule. But that's at least what we would propose for the first couple weeks.
Okay. And then the last sub item there, sign up for pre-application meetings.
Yes, so Anna can speak to that. We asked Anna to come up with what she thinks would work for people to sign up for those application meetings.
So the idea is to help keep people from waiting around all day, especially like if something happens and I maybe don't have a chance to get to people. Folks can email me, they can call me. If they stop by the office at 8 a.m. and there's already a huge line, they can sign up to come in at like 1 o'clock specifically to talk to me. So it kind of just helps people block out time. And I guess the best way that I came up to do that was just to like have like a sign up form spreadsheet with like their name, phone number, and like why they need to talk to me. Probably I would assume assistance in filling out like the application. So that was kind of our thought process on that, was just to help keep people from waiting around all day.
Okay. And with the additional assistance, maybe that'll help alleviate some of that as well. So, okay, so on those items, we'll just turn to the board. We'll get public comment on all this here in a minute and then take action on these at the end of this section. So any comments or questions from the board on the office hours and proposed schedule? No comments, questions from the board at this time, so thank you. Office furniture and supplies, Anna and Melissa, understand, I did stop by and I saw a little bit of furniture in there, but I understand some of the desks are too big for the doorways. So we're gonna try to get some additional desks that'll actually fit. So Anna and Melissa, office supplies and furniture.
Yes, I'm gonna pull up the spreadsheet that Anna did to price some of the office equipment. You know, Microsoft will work. But it should have been emailed to everybody. Anna did a very good job of scrounging around Missoula to find some office items that would be hopefully available. Screen share this real quick. So Anna did a very comprehensive list of needed office supplies. And she, I believe, went to Office City and Staples to get some price comparisons and see what people had available. Everything from computer mouse to extra keyboard to extra monitors. I'm not sure that we need those because we did get quite a few today from IT department. So we have a couple of, when we have set up 5 computers. Not that we need to plug all 5 in, but we definitely have monitors and keyboards and at least wired mouses. Things like a stapler, staple remover, things that are very common for an office, but are all things that we need. You know, I think it's pretty comprehensive list of everything. I told her to think of everything you might need. And she did a very good job of kind of putting all of that together. So I'm just going to go down to some of the bigger ticket items and things that I think that we might want to talk about. Folding tables. For those of you who have seen the office in the big room where we anticipate having board meetings, we think it would be nice to have at least, you know, a couple of these type tables that we could set up. They are kind of expensive in that Staples seemed to be the only one that had tables, but we could get a couple of 6-foot, stick them together like we have here. She's proposing we buy 1 8, 1 6, and 1 4-foot table.
Oh, that's actually quantity of the package. I suggested we just buy 3 6-foot, but that was just
Oh,
like,
okay.
that was a guess. I wasn't sure what exactly.
Oh, I see. Okay. Recommended quantity 3, yes. For the 3 6-foot tables. And I think these are 6-foot tables stuck together. So we could do something like what she said. We do need to have some floor protectors. I would think we probably need to have a couple more so we have enough for the chairs that are in the waiting room as well. Folding chairs, those are a little bit harder to come by. And maybe you can talk about what you were able to find available right now.
Yeah, so I didn't end up going to like big box stores like Walmart or something, but I did check out Staples, and then Office City had a few options. They have a sale going on right now. They're trying to clear out their warehouse. So they had a box of 9 matching chairs, and then they had, I think, 4 similar chairs of different colors. So I wasn't sure exactly if we cared if they match. I assume they want them to match, but if we can't find matching chairs, they have some on sale. They were only $30 a piece, and I think he said that they're normally like $60 or something. So that was a good option. And then they also had some they were rolling chairs kind of similar to these. They were just like bright red. So I was thinking maybe that could work in some of the office spaces for folks to sit on while they're getting help. But that was most of what I found as far as chairs go.
You did some kind of synopsis.
You go clear to the top.
Sorry, my Excel skills are.
And the numbers probably pretty inflated as far as the total goes, because we do have some of the stuff that I calculated there, like monitors.
So based on the pricing that she found this week, the estimated total cost of office supplies is around $2,900. So that's the proposal to the board, is if you would authorize, we would go ahead and purchase supplies up to $2,900, or if you want to round it up to $3,000, in case you find a couple extra folding chairs or something.
And that cost though then includes some of the things we probably don't need. Is that-
Yes,
Okay,
so
so
like
that'd
the extra monitors and the keyboards, that kind of stuff.
All right, that's fine. So comments, questions with the board?
I think she did a great job. I mean, it's just basic stuff. Like it says, very comprehensive. And yeah,
Okay. Teresa, any thoughts?
Looks good to me.
All right, we'll move on to the next item. We'll take action.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
so this is in addition to the funds we approved for the laptops.
Okay. This sounds like it would be, yes. So we'll, again, we'll do our action at the end after we've taken public comments on these. So, moving on to the next item, procurement card authorization from board for Anna. So what do we have there?
Well, Anna has requested if she's going to be purchasing stuff for the board or needs to go buy something, it would be really handy for her to have like an ATM card. She's gonna have to go buy things like stamps. Maybe some paper if you run out, that kind of stuff. We would have to ask the bank to authorize an ATM card that could then be used by Anna for purchases. I have not contacted the bank to see what they would require for that.
The existing card we have, I'm wondering if that couldn't be used in the meantime.
Yes, so I have been using the existing card to purchase things like the laptop. I certainly could do that for all of the stuff from Staples. Just go online, purchase it, and even Anna could go pick it up. We did that for the phone we purchased as well. So that would be, we could continue to do that in the meantime while we check out how to get a pro card for her.
From the bank.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any comments or questions from the board on that? All right. Phone system discussion on internet phone services.
Yes, so I found out this week that Spectrum can't install phones to the building. So I started checking out online what we could receive for business phone services. I priced out a couple of options, which I sent to the board. One is Nextiva and one is Uma. They seem to be the top two business software things. What I really like about them, and I know that they have way more features than what we need, but one of the really nice things about them is they will transcribe voicemails and send them to you as an email. And I think given the number of voicemails we're likely to get, it may be beneficial to have that feature. And Anna can receive those and then she could forward them on to Seth and Ethan for responses if necessary. And we could help to spread that load out, because I would anticipate, at least initially, Anna's time is pretty much going to be taken up meeting with people. She's not going to have a lot of time to answer the phone. So having a business software system, and the phone is run through the computer. So you download the software, you can use it kind of like Zoom, call people or receive calls, set up your voicemail, all that kind of stuff. What I did with both Nextiva and Uma was ask them to price me for 3 lines. So 3 actual physical phones, and then 3 phone numbers. We could have them all come into one, but then 2 would be assigned to other people once we have more staff. But you can use it all from your computer. You can download it to your smartphone. She could make phone calls from her smartphone using the office number, so people wouldn't get her cell phone number. So there's a lot of advantages to it. And like I said, just having the voicemail go transcribe to email, I think is going to be really, really nice. In addition to, so the 2 options that we have, and they're both priced about the same, and I did check a couple other companies, and it's about $25 per month per line. They're a little bit different as far as if you want upfront costs to pay for the phones. And I gave you the comparisons between the Uma and the Nextiva. Nextiva right now is doing a promotion where if you do a 24-month contract with them, they'll give you the phones for free. So you'd get 3 phones for free. If you want to do month to month, we just have to pay for the phones. The cost of the Nextiva phones was, I think, about $450 for 3 phones. The cost of the Uma phones was much less. They were about $80 a piece. They have fewer features, but they're about the same price monthly as well. And they have comparative services. I do have to say that Nextiva was way more responsive, and actually the salesperson guy is gonna give me a call at 4:15 to see what you guys decide, and they're willing to put the phones in the mail today, so we would have them Tuesday.
Questions? My question is, do either one of them offer, or do you think we need to worry about technical assistance? I mean, they just send them and
No,
we worry
they,
about it, or is there some technical assistance?
they have technical assistance, they help you set it up. You know, if we went with either one of the ones today, Anna can set it up on her computer tomorrow.
Yeah, I visited with Anna a little bit. She's more familiar with Nextiva. It sounded like that's familiar. So if I say, if I'm putting words in your mouth correctly. But, so I think that's a plus. And back if we did a 24-month contract, and the phones are free. That's huge. So that's my comment.
Teresa, you see all that? You good?
I'm good.
Okay, any other comments? Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Melissa. Okay, go back in and take action on those items that need action. HR discussion of priorities, job descriptions, policies, procedures, manual, Melissa. So the HR firm actually contacted me by phone and said they're sending a package to us. It's sort of an introductory package. You're going to send it by mail, so if you're getting something, might be in the mail today.
Great. They also reached out to me wanting to know where we would like to start on our HR needs. And that's why I wanted to come to the board and get some direction. Do you want me to initially, and we could have them work simultaneously on different projects, but what is the board's priorities? Do you want me to have them focus on doing job descriptions for the other positions that we expect to have, which would be, you know, a couple of hydrologists, maybe another compliance technician, a receptionist, admin person. I think what other positions we have, a business manager, or and do you want me to have them start working in the meantime on policies and procedures manual for the board? They have some examples that they can give us of standard personnel policies and procedures. They also have fiscal and procurement policies that we could adapt as well for the board use. I just wanted an idea from the board of what would you like to prioritize as far as the HR needs.
Hey, comments from the board?
Mr. Chairman, I think they're both important, but I think it's not more urgent right now is getting personnel descriptions.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I would think that the position descriptions are very important, but next to that, I would think that our personnel policies and procedures are very important, because as we start recruiting and hiring individuals, we need to have some established personnel policies and procedures to guide discussions and negotiations with those individuals.
Okay, thank you. So, question. So we're also thinking about the benefits package. Is that going to be something to be part of this, or come out of another source?
It certainly can, that they can provide that. What they need to be able to provide us a quote for health insurance is actual employees. Because your insurance quote is based off of the health of your pool. And for so they can help us to either join their existing insurance policies, or they can also help us to solicit from other insurance companies based on number of employees. To participate in their insurance group, you have to have 70% participation amongst your employees Everybody's got to fill out a questionnaire, and then they price it based on the health of your group. So for us to actually get health insurance, we actually have to have people.
So that would be a third party, but down the line.
Yes.
So I agree PDs are going to be probably a top priority, followed by the policies. So maybe we can sort of stepwise do those in that order of priority. So priority 1, priority 2, type of thing.
So that seems like a little bit of a catch-22, that if you have to have people in place before you can get the health insurance.
It's in order to participate in their group health insurance, yes. But they would, like I said, they price the policy premiums off of the health of your group.
Well, when you're going to hire somebody, they're going to want to know what kind of health insurance benefits.
I agree, yes.
Well, maybe that's a discussion we can have with them. Say, you know, with that bit of a dilemma, how do we approach this? So maybe they have a recommendation on how we approach that. Yeah, okay. At this point, any additional comments on the HR discussion?
What's the name of the firm you're using?
Associated employers,
We
it's the one that
picked them
the
last time.
board.
I guess I just have one. Melissa, for this company that will be doing this work, why the prioritization? Do they have the means to do all of this at once?
They do. For the fee that we pay to join, we get so many hours for free.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if we want to have them do everything simultaneously, I can get the estimates and proposals from them for the time that they think it's going to take to put together, you know, these 3 things if they work on it this month. We're going to burn, so we get 5 free hours a month. And then they bill us for after that. So I can get a proposal from them for how much we can get for the 5 free hours, and then how much it's going to be for extra.
My only thought was if you're hiring somebody to be your business manager, they're going to want to know your fiscal and procurement procedures as well. So it seems like all of these are necessary right up front.
Well, and I think what I can, taking the guidance from the board is, I can go back to them and say, okay, give me a proposal for policies and personnel policies and procedures, for fiscal and procurement policies and procedures, and what you would need to do the job descriptions. Understanding that we probably want to give priority to job descriptions right now, and maybe we can use our 5 free hours for that. And then, come back in a couple of weeks with those proposals, and then the board can decide if they want to do them right away, or if they want to, like, okay, let's use the 5 hours we got this month for the job descriptions, the 5 hours we got next month for the fiscal policies, and the 5 hours in August for, or if we want to go ahead and just authorize them to spend the money and do the work this first month. Make sense?
One of the things that I think the board talked about early on, that if I don't know that we need the HR firm to spend time on, but probably would be helpful if we had it, is that work chart. We had talked about a draft work chart. I know we've got a budget, but if we had a draft organizational chart we could look at. I think that would help us, that would help them, and I don't know that we need them to spend time on the work chart, but if we could find a way to get that put together and maybe staff, at least based on what we know, that would be a good start. And then I don't know that we need it before they start, but certainly something we probably should get and take a look at.
Arnie, I hate to put you on the spot, but I know at one point we had talked about doing an org chart. I don't know if you had done one or not.
Yes, we've done two. We will find ours. I think we've done an updated one based on the revised staffing and staff budget discussion we had going back a few meetings. So we will find that and recirculate it. We do have that.
That's not indicated here that we need to take any specific action on that, but I think at least a consensus on what we think the priorities are. So do we have consensus that at least the position descriptions are a place to start? And in the meantime, we'll ask for proposals for the other items, the policy items. Yes, would that be a good place to start? I mean, they're, regardless of where they start, they're going to use up their free hours, and then we move into additional fonts. So that, and that won't take long for them to use that, but that sounds like a fair approach. Teresa?
Sounds good.
Okay. I know I tend to forget our non-voting member, and although non-voting, I think Brian, you're there. I think if you have any, is Brian on?
I don't know. I don't see him.
Okay, so we will circle back to that and confirm consensus on that as we get through these. So the water manager engineer recruitment update, Arnie.
Thank you, Chairman. You may know more than the rest of us. I don't know if you've started to see applications come in, but Chairman, you might monitoring that. I think will be telling on how we're doing on pushing the recruitment out. Just as an update, Alan Mickelson had been the lead on this. We have materials posted on the department program site as kind of a hub, so these announcements can be linked in various journals and whatnot. The announcement is currently running on the Water Strategies Daily, which is a national publication. It has also been posted along with the entire PD on the Montana Water Resource Association website. And we also have inquiries into the National Groundwater Association along with the announcement, but we haven't heard back on that front as of yet. We are looking into the Water Center, though they don't have a link or a site specific yet, but that's another one we are working in the pipeline to get the announcement posted. I am, and just maybe wanted to flag because it related to the previous agenda item, Chairman, that depending on the applications that come in, I may have missed something, but something to consider would be using the HR firm to also push the recruitment, which I know has been discussed previously, but I just wanted to flag that there is another tool in your toolbox. So with that, I'm available for any questions, but that's the summary. Thank you.
Thank you, Arnie. And we didn't really discuss using the HR firm for any additional recruitments, but maybe when you're discussing the proposals with them, you can ask them what their thoughts are on maybe assisting with that at least. I don't know what cost would be. Maybe they have some idea.
Okay.
That's fine, fair approach. Yes. All right. All right, thanks, Arnie. Legal services RFP update, Melissa.
So the legal services RFP has been circulated amongst the water law bar of the state bar. It will also be on the website for the Montana lawyer because they only do publications every 2 months. Their publication for June isn't going to come out till the end of June, which is when our RFPs are due. So we're not going to publish it in the magazine, but we will publish it online. And like I said, it's already been distributed to the entire water bar for the state of Montana. I have had a couple of attorneys reach out with questions and stuff about the RFP. So it is already getting some attention.
Any questions on legal services RFP? Melissa will be glad when that one's filled.
Yes.
Thank you, Melissa. All right, we're at the point where we are suggesting a public comment on the items we just talked about. The board and office of engineer operations, office furniture and supplies, procurement, phone system. And then we're going to take consensus on the HR discussion. So public comment on the operations proposals. So with the people in the audience here, we'll take public comment now. And then after that, we'll have anybody online who have public comment. So anybody in the audience here has public comment, please step up, give us your name. Give us your comment, please. Yes, sir. Long time no see. Welcome. Please give us your name for the record and your comment.
William Slack,
Yes, sir.
Bill. Water user, St. Ignatius, Post Creek. And our current concerns are with the what used to be called secretarial water uses. Informed the other day that there wouldn't be no such thing anymore. So give me concern. We'd like to remind those of you who, Clayton, who know about them, and maybe inform some of you that don't know about them, something about the background and up to date. I see there's not very much written about them in the compact. I see some references to old uses and state uses and the like, but we are actually have state-based water rights there. And I think probably to drive the idea home, as I looked at them and as I've gone through some old records and the like, I see that they'd be better represented as treaty-based water rights. They were developed, appropriated back before the project was ever invented or even thought of, and they were done by tribal members who had the only ones had authority to right to even be on the reservation. And so they have a long history of priorityship here. They were developed with that in mind, and I guess with your permission, I'd take some time in a future meeting to present a little history and background and research that I have on it.
We appreciate your comment. We take the comment for the record. I think that that's a particular topic. If the board is interested at some point, I think we'll probably have staff and maybe find a way to invite people to weigh in on that, but certainly have that discussion at some point. So appreciate your comment.
Okay. Right. Thank you.
Okay. The comment, even though the comment is beyond some of the items we just discussed, we'll take that comment for the record. Any other public comments here on the items we just discussed, administrative items? Anybody online have comments about the items we discussed so far today?
Go ahead and, oh, it looks like we do have one. Dave, see your hand up. I'm going to go ahead and allow you to talk. You can unmute.
Thank you. This is Dave DeGrand Price, Charlotte, Montana. I'm just looking for contact information for the Water Management Board's office, like a phone number and physical address if possible. Can you hear me?
Yes, I heard that. I don't know if things are frozen up on the meeting end. Uh-oh, looks like we lost the group in Polson. I bet they will be back on shortly. Let's just hang tight for a second, Dave, and see if we can get them back on.
I missed the beginning of the meeting. Will forms be available around Tuesday? Is that the schedule?
Let's wait
Yes.
to clarify. I think that's right, though. That's right, Artie?
Yes, and that's the plan, and the contact information, including phone number and physical address, will be included on those when they get finalized. So I imagine those items will get discussed here in the next section of the agenda and should be clarified then for you.
Thanks a lot.
Sure thing.
They must have lost internet there. Arnie and Teresa, do you think we should take a little intermission and give them a call, or?
Yeah,
Yes.
Joel, I'd suggest that, and then we can try to get Melissa on the phone until we can get them back connected. Teresa, what did you think? Do you have any direction for us?
I think we should take a little bit of intermission and give them a call. Yes.
Perfect. I will throw up a message about a recess, and we'll just try to get things figured out by phone. Sorry about this.
Sounds good, Joel. I'll get Melissa on the phone. I'll come troubleshoot with you.
Perfect.
We're online.
Yes, we are back online.
So welcome back if you're online, and you didn't miss a lot. So after we lost the connection, we did take a couple actions. We were not able to get the connection back, so we took a 10-minute break here. We were back online. We had simply taken action on office hours for the Ronan office, the office furniture, and a procurement card, and then we hit pause there. So continuing on, the phone system discussion on the internet phone. So that one's going to be maybe take a little more discussion if we need to, but we're up to the phone system. And so we had a couple options there. So what would the board like to do there in terms of those options? And maybe Melissa, you could just remind us very briefly what those two options are.
Sure. So the options that I got proposals from Nextiva, which is an online business phone solutions product, sent a proposal whereby we would do a 24-month contract. We would get 3 phones for free and approximately $25 per line for 3 lines to start. We can always add more, and they're about $25 a line going forward. The other option is UMA, who was similarly priced at $25 per line per month. They don't have a free phone thing going on, but they would be month to month as opposed to a 2-year contract. Nextiva can do the month to month. We just wouldn't get the phones for free. So those are the 2 proposals that we have. Is the UMA. We would have to pay for the phones. It's approximately $230 plus tax. And then the monthly fee would be the same for both Nextiva and UMA essentially.
Okay. Comments by the board?
I guess I'd make a motion to go with Nextiva. One, because we enter that 24-month contract and get the phones for nothing. So, and I don't see the camera taking phones. And has some familiarity with that system, so that would help to get it organized, set up, and operational. So that would be my recommendation and my motion.
Okay, motion to go with the Nextiva option by Roger.
I'll second that.
Second by Ken. So we'll go down the line. Roger?
Yes.
Yes. Ken?
Yes.
Georgia?
Yes.
Teresa?
Yes,
Okay, I'm a yes, so we will go with the Nextiva option. Thank you.
You got a 4:15 call.
Yeah. Oh, what time is it? Well, I can call him back. It's only 3 o'clock now, so.
Yeah, we're
We're good. Well,
okay.
he was adamant about being able to promise me to send me
Okay,
phones, so.
all right. And then do we have consensus on the HR discussion of priorities, job descriptions, policies and procedures, manual discussion with a priority on the position descriptions for now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Teresa, you good at that?
yes, yes.
All right, with consensus, we'll do that. The rest, I think, were updates. So I think those were the actions we needed. Did I miss any actions that you need on those items?
Nope, those items are covered.
Okay. So going on, finalize interim process for domestic allowances, DNRC and CSKT staff. So who is going to take that away?
Well, the first item is the MOU between the board, the tribes, and the state, which I sent out to the board, I believe on Tuesday. I would put it up on the screen, but my computer has died, so it provides basically that both the tribes and the state have allocated both FTE and resources towards meeting the interim process needs of the board in conjunction with working with Anna. If anybody has any questions, happy to discuss. We do intend to include the interim forms once they as attachments to the MOU.
So even though we're not able to show it online right now, once we're done with this meeting, we'll be able to have it up. We'll have this MOU up online.
Yes, we can do that.
Okay.
Oh, Joel is putting it up on the share screen.
All right,
Good.
Joel, thank you. So with that, any thoughts, questions, or comments by the board members on this MOU? Okay, no, none here. Teresa?
I'm none here.
Okay. So this section of the agenda
It's on.
also contemplates the public comment on this section, so we'll hold off on action until we get through the rest of this section of the agenda. So the MOU between the board, tribes, and the state, we will need to take action on. So the contact information for forms, I think there's, what do we have there?
Yes, so we have the post office box. Once I take that 4 o'clock call today, I will have a phone number that we can put on the forms. And then hopefully we will also have the web, an email address that we can also put on the forms. So I'm just waiting for confirmation on those things, and we'll get the forms updated with that information.
Okay, any comments from the board?
Nope.
Okay, website and form updates. I think that's similar. So, Melissa?
So the plan is to have those forms updated with information hopefully tomorrow and available on the DNRC website starting on Tuesday. So they will no longer have the draft on them. They'll be available for people to download and fill out and then bring to the office starting June 1st.
And let the process begin. Ethan, I see your head shaking. Yes, any comments?
No, just where everything is headed in the right direction for that to all get accomplished. So, and additionally, I do believe we're set up to also publish the applications that come in online as was previously discussed.
All right, very good. Thank you. All right, with that, public comment on the interim process. So in the audience, anybody have comments on the interim process? We are moving right forward, and so hopefully very soon you'll be able to actually file some applications, but any comments from the audience at this time? None here internally. Anybody online, Joel?
We do have one. Gail, I'm gonna click to allow you to talk.
All right, please state your name and provide us your comment.
Are you there, Gail? You are unmuted, but we can't hear you. Oh, and she went ahead and lowered her hands. Maybe that was just a mistake to bump that button. But if anybody else wants to comment online, just hit that raise hand button. Dave, I think your question was answered from a minute ago just now, right?
Okay, so if there are any questions that you're not able to get on, you can always submit your comments online in writing, and we'll try to get you some answers. Is that it, Joel?
Looks like that's it.
All right, moving right along, go back to the action on the MOU. So we need to, if there are no more comments, questions, or suggestions from the board, we need action on the MOU between the board, CSKT, and the state.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Teresa, second by Georgia. All in favor, aye? Aye. Teresa?
Yes.
All right, we're good. That's approved. Updates, other administrative items. Melissa?
I don't have any other administrative items for right now. I think Anna has done a great job at hitting the ground running and identifying all of the needs of the office, immediate needs of the office. We'll continue to bring those items to the board as they present themselves.
Okay, very good. Next steps.
Yeah, she's even got her office arranged, ready to go.
Thanks so much.
Yes.
Very good. Good. I stopped by the other day and saw it at the day they were just putting the internet in. So have you tested that? Does it work?
You did?
Oh, good. I'll have to go by and get the password so I can get my phone hooked up. All right, very good. Next steps, we skipped item 4.1. So that was for next time. Next meeting and location. So I don't know if we'll be ready to meet in our new space by then or not, but what are we thinking? I think we'll be ready to meet there.
Cheers.
So, yeah, I think if you wanted to have another meeting, I think we definitely need to have a meeting in 2 weeks. Whether or not you want to do it here or you want to do it at the office is up to the board. We will have limited chairs at the office location. We could tell people to bring their own chairs.
You mean lawn chairs? Well, why don't we meet here in 2 weeks and then following that with a goal of actually in the following meeting, try to meet at our new location, give things a little bit more time to settle and get those details worked out. Will that work for the board? Okay, next meeting here in 2 weeks. So that looks like it's
June 9th.
June 9th. Next meeting here. Hopefully our last meeting here. So, all right, June 9th. And meeting topics will be subject to whatever we need, whatever the staff needs then at that point, just let us know.
Okay.
And we'll have the agenda out, we'll get it notices, so. Final public comment section, any public comments by anybody in the audience here today? Any final public comments? Ron, are you awake? Back there? Mr. Bick?
Ron's not here.
Oh, Ron's not here.
Yeah. I'm like, are you surprised they're quiet?
Well, we must be moving in the right direction. So thank you for being here. Anybody online has comments?
Nobody yet? Go ahead, raise your hand if you have a comment online.
So with the break in the action and the technical difficulties, we're still finished in pretty good time here.
Yeah.
So,
Mr. Chairman, I did
Yes,
have
sir.
one other thing I would discuss on the agenda.
so let's finish. No more public comments. All right,
Doesn't
so
look
Ken-
like it.
all right, so ending the public comment period. So Ken, you have something?
Yes, I've received an invite from the Flathead Lakers Executive Director to meet with her during what the board does or what the contract requires. I'm not particularly comfortable doing that.
Okay, so we have an invite, so we'll take that as an invite to the board. Was that specifically to you, or you're passing it on to the board?
It represents the board.
Okay. If you had assistants doing that, would you be, I mean, let me ask this, Roger, you were doing one with Rob's help. Have we done that, and how did that go?
No, it's coming up next week. So what we're planning to do is taking some of the PowerPoint presentations that Ethan's made and assimilating information from that, developing some additional information that Rob and I can take, So we'll have a better idea after that. It's informational. So,
I suspect that's what the Lakers want, information.
yes.
So do we have any comments, thoughts, or suggestions on the approach to providing the Flathead Lakers with the same information?
I think I should delay it until after Roger has his meeting, get a feel for how that went.
Sure.
And then maybe Rob to the company. Stick with the schedule.
I see a thumbs up for Rob. Rob, does it sound okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, and then if necessary, I think, we've got technical staff that could provide information if need be. So that sounds like a good approach. If they'll hold off, that'd be good. All right. Thank you, Ken. Anything else from the board? Anything else from staff? Melissa?
I don't have anything else.
Anna? Anything? Ethan? Rob? All right. We will, excuse me, what was that?
Asked if we had received any logo submittals.
So any logo submittals, Rob? About a dozen.
Mhm.
Very nice.
And I'm just gonna try to put the word out again to key communicators to see if I can drop any more. Some from the college, some from the schools, the public schools might draw some. It's always a matter of time. I'd be pleased by some of the options.
Very good. Very good. That's moving right along. All right. Hearing only silence. I guess we'll call this meeting adjourned. Thank you all for being here. See you in 2 weeks.